All right, folks. Well, this is going to be fun today. This is a dual retro unboxing. Of course, any game collector, not just APBA folks, loves to go back and find a nice old game and find out what the previous owner might have left inside. I mentioned a few weeks back that I'd been reading the APBA blog. Of course, you're reading Tom's blog, right? Of course you are. And I was reading one post, I forget which one, but I saw a gentleman who'd posted not long before I'd come to that post and said he was moving and had some games to sell. Shot him a note, worked out, and the Turnpike Haul of 2021 was completed. Quite the transaction. He threw in a few elements. He is a baseball league player, but he's just kind of moving, downsizing. He just wanted rid of some things. And I was only too happy to oblige. A 186-mile round trip later in the dead of summer, and it is truly scorching here in Jersey. It's not been terribly pleasant this summer, but there's always something worse. So we count our blessings, but it was a quite impressive haul. I checked some of the boxes really quickly. I was really going after the bowling, basketball, and saddle racing games. Just again, for some research, I like to have those if we're going to talk cards and history. And I know, of course, you read the APBA Journal as well. There's a lot of history there. Takes time to go through, but have some projects in mind there. There's a lot of history of the cards there, but it's a whole different thing where you can actually confirm with the cards in hand. So in any case, those games are added to our collection, and of course we're going to focus today on the football games. But it occurred to me, again, I grabbed this wonderful little cache of goodies, and it occurred to me that I haven't really looked at my old games. Now these are my babies. This is exactly where APBA starts for me. 1978, 1979, 78 Steelers season, the 79 game, the 80 edition really, of course, issued in 79 for the 78 season. This is where it all begins. This is actually the 78th Street and Smiths, whence the, and of course you had all the sports and team, the team publication sites and the statistical sites for betting purposes and all that good stuff. Copyright in Washington, banned in Vegas, etc., etc. Of course, the ads, the game ads, Pay Dirt, one of my early games, one of the early games for many folks. Good looking ad, but I'd already had that, so Jaworski with the great two-bar mask, and now Hall of Famer Dick Vermeil. It's about time. In any case, it is from this very edition of the Street and Smith yearbook. There we go. Coming in from that off year of 77, 9-5, I believe it was. The year of the criminal element lawsuit, as I recall. All that bad stuff. The Steelers got back on focus, and so this is the actual magazine where I saw that ad. You can actually see the evidence of the the entrance into APBA World. It's always football season with the game fans have loved for 20 years, the APBA Pro League football game. And that's worth noting that, of course, we know the APBA football game was issued in 1958 as a 1959 edition with the 1957 season. Think about that. It was 20 years ago today. Even Sgt. Pepper wasn't that old in 1978. So quite a bit of perspective. Maybe too much perspective if you're a Spinal Tap fan. But in any case, that's the ad that kind of sucked me in. That's the Packers and Cowboys. I can't tell. Actually, you can tell typographically that is a post-1965, pre-1969 set. So that very well could be 67. Could be the Ice Bowl matchup there. APBA football is habit forming. To say that APBA fans are enthusiastic is an understatement. The Wall Street Journal article quoted above notes the case of an Ohio businessman who refused transfer and promotion until his company assured him his new district had a flourishing APBA football league. Amen, brother. Amen. In any case, this begat this. This game is my first APBA game. It's my baby. I haven't looked. I simply carry this around all over the place. Upstairs, downstairs, into the archive for photographing, into a room for protection. But this game traveled from Lancaster, Pennsylvania, down to Sanford, Florida, and back up here to Jersey. So it's got a few miles on it, and I haven't been through this set. So while we're going to do a retro unbox of the newly acquired game here, on first glance it's a 70s season, and it's actually under this one. But we're going to look at what's in my box. My old, original, slightly used, loved, lived in, worked on. Pretty darn sturdy though, I must say. See, what's really, the meat of the matter is really in the component box here. So, of course, 78 Steelers, my first ever APBA set. Envelope feels a little light. It's a Jersey joke. Wrote the overall team points in there. Why, I don't know. Again, this has been used. I'm pretty sure the first game I played was the Super Bowl, and I've done some Instagram videos of these. Steve Ryan, congratulations, Steve Ryan, Hall of Famer 2021. Has done some similar videos for the baseball sets, so doing that for football on Instagram here. You can catch us, but Super Bowl 13, still one of the top 10s. It's going to be a top 10 forever, even though we've been treated to so many great games recently. The number of Hall of Famers on the field for Super Bowl 13, first Super Bowl rematch at the same field, it's just incomparable. In any case, my Franco Harris has been used a lot. Bradshaw's got that killer 1-2-1 5-point card. It's the only 5-point card in his career. Blyer dropped down to a 3, whereas Franco's stuck with a 4, and not really great. Well, Randy Grossman had a huge year coming in for Benny Cunningham. Sam Davis, just the yeoman left guard there, 3-pointer. Moon Mullins, Ray Penny, not a great O-line, to be honest with, except for Kolb and, of course, Webster. But got some actual couple 4s there on the bench, and Cole and Banaszak. Well, Cole and Taves were switching off on linebacker there, correct? Yeah, Green, Furness, White. Oh, Banaszak should be in there. Well, yeah, Lauren Taves. So you got a couple 4-pointers there. In any case, that's what I did. This is my first. It's interesting to note that the 78 Steelers are 5 fewer points overall than the Cowboys. And who else had a lot of points on the envelope? Rams had 125 overall. The lowly 49ers are kind of 88 points overall. It's just an interesting way to categorize it for someone who's just kind of getting into the game. $78, 90 points overall. The available personnel there. But let's take a look in the real meat of the matter is this. This is where a lot of things reside. I haven't looked at them in a long while. This is the only piece of the box that exists. But again, sturdy piece of cardboard. And starting with the boards, I mean, this the kickoff board is so used that I had to write in, create a new chart and staple it here. And of course I've got some I rolled for allocation of blocked punts, fumbles, things like that, all across the board there. I do miss the old pass interception / reception table. It emerged with the 1972 season. Codes were given to defenders for allocating interceptions, and with the 73 season, the codes were added to receivers' cards, and when it caught a pass, to use this wonderfully simple chart. It looks kind of complex, but if I can figure it out, please, you can figure it out. And the old +10, -5 ABC index, plus your explanation of lines. A lot of little nuggets in here. I remember Ken Thomas posted a little note about the smears. You can get smeared in the old game. Where's that mentioned in possibly the short pass here? Oh yes, there we go. The smears, not sacks, but smears. I kind of was playing with some numbers here. Again, allocating maybe interceptions or fumbles. Certainly on the run plays, we took down some of those outsized gains, 6, 7, and 9 yards, 7, 8, and 10 yards, etc., etc. I actually wrote down a little allocation down here, allocating fumbles to defensive personnel based on the yardage downfield that the fumble occurred. Little did I know that in the same year I was doing this, 90 minutes away in Tampa, Ray Dunlap, 2016 Hall of Famer, and his Suncoast Football League were addressing the same issues, creating their own results boards, soup to nuts, top to bottom there. So must be something about Central Florida. It's kind of a, could it be considered a, I don't know. That would be a stupid, never mind. I'm going to keep going here. So the player injury charts, and I actually changed it so that players could be out half season, whole season. It works for me. It certainly will put you on tenterhooks when one of those J4s goes down on the field. And the pass receiving option explained. A little bit of non-repro blue ink there back when my dad would take about 100 of those pens home when you were still marking up galley type. Speaking of galley type, I have a pretty good idea that we're going to see some of that in here because I've got a lot of, let's see, what have we got? Oh, well, starters here. So this, as I say, was my baby, is my baby. And this is the only season replay I've ever attempted. Used the same boards, obviously. 1979 season. I got about 7 games in, judging by the Patriots here. I was actually working my way down, I think I was playing it by division. Yeah, it must have been. Patriots 4-3, Dolphins 5-2. Pretty not bad. Jets had a tie, looks like, with the Lions, I guess. And, of course, Steelers are 6-0, 79 Steelers. That's very nice there. Broncos and Chargers 5-1. Heck of a race there in the AFC West. Over the 79 NFC, Cowboys 5-1. That's a game to play. That's a what if. Imagine the boys and the Steelers met in Super Bowl 14 would have been interesting, but that 2-point Rams divisional win prevented that from happening. Eagles and Skins tied at 4-2, so tight for the time as per usual. NFC East, Cardinals and Giants woeful 1-5, and those are the games. That's probably where the replay broke down. I was like, why am I playing these games? But Packers 4-2, very interesting. Bucks 5-1, 79 Bucks. I may have to go back into this and pick it up. Rams 2-4. Are they going to finish at 9-7? Interesting. I have to go back and look and see. The 79 Saints, one of my favorite teams. I know they finished 8-8, but I love them. I actually got them to beat Bob Tassinari's 71 Raiders 33-30 when we played in Canton in 2013. Niners and Falcons defining the cellar. Two of the 4 corners of the cellar. 0-6 with the Cardinals and Giants 1-5. Man, oh man, that's where you're kind of like, wow, it just hurts. Dolphins 195 points to 126 given. In any case, so that's my only season replay. Incomplete. Genius. And these are just some sort of looks like I'm trying to tally the Buccaneers. Jerry Eckwood. I'm not sure if I was just, that couldn't be. He certainly didn't have 1,100 yards by game 6. So this is just, lots of stats for some reason. Can't really remember what that's about. I must have been, looks like I was playing an AFC, looks like I was playing a Pro Bowl here. Got, for the AFC, Leon Gray, Bob Kuchenberg, John Hanna, Mike Webster. Yeah, that I should actually pull that out. It's kind of well before. This is would have been 1980, so this is about 20 years before the Pro Bowl edition actually came out. So then I may have to go back and do that. Let's see. We've also got some more stats. I'm not sure if it's game stats or I couldn't tell you. Well, some rushing stats there. I'm not sure if that's a combine of some sort or what's going on there. But that's going to take some deciphering and more long form stuff here. Rushing leaders in 79. Wow. Well, that's interesting. I mean, there's no way that could be, Yeah, that's interesting. Stat keeping. Anyway, so someday someone will get this and also not know what they're talking about, and this video will not help them at all. Here is my great custom field innovation from 1979, the Catico scoreboard, taped off, duly taped off, and little horrible more handwriting there. This is before you had tons of people building and printing fields. Now I would mark off a half play with 3 clicks there, but of course it gets a little weird at the half play mark, and then what do you do there? In any case, I don't know. But yeah, you'd see, well, here's the old field, and you would just kind of set that up like that, and have your boards, and away you went. Catico Football, whatever they call that, quite a good game. So that's one of the other games, that and Pay Dirt, what got me into this. Now, this is a well-used field, but see, the good thing about it not being a folder is that you can do that. All right, there's nothing worse than hitting that thing and then that little crimp when you've got the field folded. But become an expert at kind of 57 yards or 62 yards, etc. Is it? Anyway, I have to go back to that. So that is my customization. Now, I think I was using some playing cards, as I recall. I was probably going to do a little bit of a field. You had all the Street and Smiths, although I guess I could have kind of done that, but it's, early days. It's not nearly as, it certainly wasn't as researched as it is now. Tons of, who doesn't have tons of these? Tons and tons, still banded and ready for action. And of course your thick yellow canisters. Looks like, yeah, so here's the, here are the playing cards I was using to kind of cut out the NFL thing here, but a little too small for this field. So had to find the other option there. But it is custom. Very much one-off. Oh, Patriots, of course. Now there's, not sure that might have come from one of those, the Topps card sets or something like that. Not even sure if that worked. I couldn't quite get them into the end zone there. But, well, you obviously just go see Bobby Porter, Greg Barrett. All kinds of folks are printing out the really cool fields and all that stuff. And there's this game called Rush, NFL Rush something. It's got, comes with the 32 end zone, team-specific end zones. It's really cool. I actually have a copy of that coming the way. So it looks like I made my own play cards for solitaire to kind of shuffle them or call them and whatnot. Probably because I simply used, I don't know, I'm getting a lot of order here. I don't even know if I have my originals. I think they're upstairs. I mean, just like these boards, the original play cards are, worn to within about the last remaining fiber. Here, now I don't know, this is one of the great, see, the things that you get, the brochures left over. This is, that's from October 25th, 1983, so that was not the original that I got with the, the 78 season, but this is actually it's got the old sample card that comes with the brochures, and it's Hollywood Joe Theismann. And I thought they did some adjustments on some of the numbers, I forget. But that PB, backup punter, now that's probably a holdover from 5 or 6 years previously where he was, he probably kicked it once, and, that's probably just a stray. But in any case, save $7 in the APBA Golf Game Modern Golfers and Masters course. That's an APBA Football discount coupon, $5, unused. I think I wasn't convinced about the Master Game. Either I was completely frightened or I don't know what. But here, this is it. I mean, that's the brochure that we all know and love. Let's play a few minutes of APBA Pro League football. This is like Pulitzer, sales copy. Really, whoever wrote that, and I wish that were documented. I don't know if it were Skeeter Verrill or Dick himself or somebody contracted out. Somebody must know. Dave Urban must know. Somebody scream in the comments here. But first, we select our starting lineups, and this is I'm working on a quick start guide. Boy, I tell you, that's a bold choice. Light black, thin black type, 100% red background there. That's pretty brazen. just the kickoff, but it worked so great. Pronounce it APBA. That still doesn't help me. That's a Gifford. Now that's a card from, that's a set. Well, that's interesting. That's a G-top with the 70s look to it. It just looked so science-like, so sciencey, so scientific. There's a word. Ooh. Incredible authenticity extends even to sacks. Has an overlooked quarterback sacking ability, although you won't normally find that stat among league records. You find pass rushing terrors, like Doug Martin and Lawrence Taylor at the top of your sack list when your season is over. Interesting. Yeah. So this had to be for the intro of the master game, right? I mean, this is the, you would think. Well, in any case, on the back here, the cards are the Redskins and Dolphins, so that could be Super Bowl VII. Jacoby Grimm, Bostic, May, and Stark. No, sorry, I'm an idiot. That's the 82 season, right? Yeah. Man, oh man, oh man. I tell you what, yeah, Small McNeil, Blackwood, the Killer Bees, etc., etc. Bo Camper, Baumauer, Betters, yeah, so that's what that is. And your screen pass and your trick play and all that. Very well laid out. I wish they had documented the photo sessions for these. What did it cost you to get into this game? $34.95 or $37.05 PA and $38.50 foreign. That's another thing. Did they ever sell a game overseas? When was the first Apple football game sold overseas? These are things we need to find out. And, of course, the dreaded, but this is pristine. This is the thing that gets you in trouble, really. It's like, oh, my God, I can do this. No, you can't. No, some people can. I can't. Clearly, you saw the Apple football statistics compiled by Apple football players. And, I mean, it's just, this is the thing that gets you. And this is somebody got the Chargers and the Rams to the Super Bowl. The Chargers winning 40-17. Trenton, Tennessee. Anyone we know? Anthony Carter? I don't know. Any Jerseyans here? There's usually one. Little Rock, Arkansas. Rochester, New York. Linwood, Washington. Livonia, Michigan. It's nationwide. Sarasota. Okay, there we go. Hialeah. Hey, Florida. Heavy. Our fans are famous for loyalty to APBA. And on the back, or on the front, I guess, read what the fans say. There's a military man. USSS Benjamin Stoddert. And it's in Birmingham, Alabama, from Portland, Oregon. That seems like a song. How's APBA stack up against other games? Listen to these people. They know. That's about the longest dash or for emphasis you'll ever see. And somehow, I'm not sure why Bob Costigan's name got crossed out there, but I didn't do it. I swear, I didn't do it. I love your APBA game. I have your football, and it's great. If it was not for your game, I don't know what I would have done during the football strike, right? The game is so real, and I've never seen anything like it. I'm playing football right now, and I want to get basketball and baseball. Don't do it, basketball. I used to play the other football games, but once I saw your game, I took a look at it, and I bought it the very next day. I don't think I'll ever stop playing. Thank you for your games. Keep up the good work. I don't know how you do it, but keep it up. Well, and so they have. Thank you, John Herson. And the year of football, which was 2014. See, so it has been maintained. And what else we've got in here? It's quite a meaty brochure. I don't know if that was just from being on a mailing list or what. Yeah, this is it. This is the actual master game. And, yeah, see, I didn't do it. I didn't bite the $5. I didn't bite until the 86th season and the Giants won, and I thought I could get my dad into the game. 220 unusual plays providing numerous improbable results. The RP board. Well ahead of its time. Well ahead of its time, you know. That's, I know, you know, second season Play Games has its rare plays and all that, even in the red, white, and blue racing. But Apple was, you know, 1983. This is well ahead of the situation. Quite innovative again. Audible, all that good stuff. Locator columns for the reception, interceptions, and the sacks. And some more on defense. Penalties from clipping to tripping. 36 and more. Volume. Options. 5 extra cards per team. The XF82s for roster enlargement. 4 top pro clubs of the past. Now compatible with the game. The New York Jets is 68. The Chiefs is 69. And the Vikes is 69. And we have those around. I did a comparison of the original 69 Chiefs and Vikings to the remastered. Remastered. See, there you go. That's cute. That's actually what we're going to start calling that from now on. And those teams were, goodness gracious, $2 a set. Well, that was then. And now is not then. So there you go. So yeah, you get these little sample cards, pretty cool. Someone must have a collection of those over the years. That's yet another thing to note in the APBA Football Handbook. What player was the sampled player for every year of the APBA Football brochure? We're not going to try to answer that right now, but that's my little brochure that I stupidly did not take advantage of. All right, so what else have we got in here? Well, let's go to, well, first let's look at this. I'm not sure what I was doing here. I was copying the Steelers cards, and, well, I'm not sure why. Probably because, like the boards, again, I was using them so much, I didn't want to, the old solitaire rule for calling a rusher was you'd shuffle the cards, turn them over, and then if you called a run play, you could, just kind of choose the rusher. When you're playing alone, let's go read that rule. There was a solitaire rule there. Let's see. Oh, and no one individual player may be used on more than 2 successive plays of ball carrier, which are ridiculous. Really, just ignore that. Where was the solitaire method there? That's the additional defensive maneuver where you key the player on the carry. Maybe it's on the instruction sheet. Basically, it was you were supposed to turn the rushing cards over. You could kind of pick your running back that way. I would do that on occasion. Kind of hard to shuffle 2 cards, I would do it some weird way. But let's see. That's the passing index. So in any case, I'll find it eventually here. I have to reorder all this stuff. But it tells you quite clearly what all the codes are and all that. Again, that's just, usage. If only one person's playing the game, you shuffle the cards of the 4 offensive backfield men and the 2 ends, always 6 cards, and draws one sight unseen after he's named the ball carrier. Now, obviously, that's a less than ideal system. You'd have an end run every other play, so you didn't do that. But they at least made a provision for it if you wanted to do that. And, of course, there are some folks who probably try to play that way anyway, but we won't talk about them right now. So, what else do we have? Oh, I was thinking special teams lineups. Usually you just have your stack of backups off to the side, and you just grab who's injured. This 1-point guy, like Randy Reutershan. We all remember him. Classic Steeler there. T. Bell and Butch Johnson, the Cowboys. So yeah, special teams. I had them set up. I was thinking Pro Bowl, thinking special teams. The 78 Dallas bench: Thurman, Wallace, Frederick, Preston Pearson, heck of a 4-pointer, of course, the former Steeler. 4-point and an A. Pretty nice to have on your bench there. Also, 4-point as an N there as well. We can actually look at his card there. But so here are some. We'll go back to these envelopes in a second here. Just keep plowing through the stack here. I should probably protect some of these better. These are some of my replays. And these are from not 78 or 9. These are when I bought my master game finally in 1987 for the 86 season. I got a bunch of the clearance sets, 74, 73. I bought the 84 set. It was cheaper then, and I replayed this one. This is one I refer to a lot. 1974 season. Played it over 2 days. See, it's fine. You can play it. Take a couple days, play a half, whatever. I was used to playing long games, so it didn't matter to me. March 19th, 20th, 1987. I was still in college at the time, and I played the Rams and Jets. So it was week 7 here, because the Rams were 4-2, and the Jets were 1-5. I wanted to do a deep cut. Of course, first thing you do is play the Super Bowl or play that really close conference championship or divisional. But I wanted to go and do a deep cut and find out, well, what would happen if I get these two? I mean, the Rams, of course, were juggernaut at the time. The Jets were not. They were struggling. And so the Rams are in a B index here, and the Jets looked like they were in a B until somebody must have gotten injured. So dropped to the C. They were tenuous at best. They were a 38-point offense to the Rams' 43 defense. And looks in this game that you had a couple of picks by the Rams. But, yeah, so Rams end up beating them 19-14 in a game that probably shouldn't have been that close. And the original score was actually 20-13 Rams over the Jets. So, I mean, playing the game just totally straight, playing it the way the teams played, not calling a bunch of hinky trick plays or end runs or, overcalling the D or the G line. just playing it mostly straight, mostly standards, because you're not gonna. It depends. I mean, I'll call a G line on a 1st and 10 on occasion, particularly if they're deep in their own territory. If you get a big stop, fine, or you get burned, but you still get, field to stop them on. You give up 50 yards in a long pass, but possibly get a safety. In any case, that's just me. I mean, I'm no Greg Wells at strategy, so which is why I play solitaire. Other replay sheets that I've kept here. Super Bowl 19. Played that whatever day in April, August probably. Got all the stats here. Dolphins Niners. Niners win 44-14. Again, it shouldn't have been a blowout like that, right? But it was. Didn't do anything weird or hinky. The looks like there was some index shifting here, but neither team had a great defense. I mean, the Dolphins were 38-ish. The I can't even read this. That's my writing. What do you do? But in any case, of course, we know the original score is 38-16. So again, within a touchdown or less. That's I mean, what else do you want? I mean, that's about as accurate as it could possibly get, short of coming to the actual score. So what other ones here? Bills Falcons. That's 73 Falcons. Wow, we're 8-3 versus the Buffalo Bills, 6-5. Bills edge them 24-17. Again, a good tight game. 74 NFC Championship. There we go. Played that one in one day. That's just like, man, that was like, wow. Because in the 80s, I mean, these guys were legend even by then. April 28th, 1987, the 11-4 Rams versus 11-4 Vikings. 24-21. Vikings were down 18-7 at the half and lit it up in the last quarter there. Chuck Foreman, an A. Brilliant stuff there, so that was a fun one. And I won't go through all these, but yeah, just some great replays. There must be a Steeler one in here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, here's one. The 79 Steelers and 62 Packers. This is the only time I've gotten the Steelers, I think, to beat the Packers, the 62 Packers. The Steelers were 45 offense, still in the B index against that 47 Packers, and the 49 offense of the Packers met the 44 defense of the Steelers, and you just had that hot Steeler team. Although the Packers got one more first down than they did, but just couldn't unleash the scoring there. Super Bowl 9. Here was Super Bowl 9 was that was a 16-6 game. Well, the Steelers beat them 31-0 here, but the first downs are almost like the score, 18-4. So forget the score there and just use the first downs. There you go. In any case, how Franco had 17 carries, 104 yards, 2 TDs. Yeah. In any case, so we'll just stop. Yeah, I should put these in. Oh, and I played the 74 AFC Championship with the Dolphins beating the Raiders 14-0. So, in any case, a lot of good stuff here. I should put these in some sort of order, protect them a little better. This looks like an actual unfinished game. 73 season. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't get through it. April 30th, 87. So I was playing in pretty quick order, grabbing teams out of the box and figuring out what to do. 2-5 Bears versus the 2-3-2 Packers, and it's 7-2 at the half. I may have to go back and get that one done. Ooh, and Chicago falls to the C index there. Fascinating. I don't even want to look at that. Those are the kind of things, man, you really got to play through. So that's just some of the. So that's the stuff that someone will eventually be unboxing. No one's going to get this. Who am I kidding? No one's going to get this. This is one of the actual old envelopes. Don't know what would come in there. It's probably a G-top or two. And yeah, I've got some Master Game stuff mixed up in here. And then, of course, the old newspaper stats. My dad ran the Sanford Herald down there, and I would go in and actually type in the agate. Agate is the small type, the small sticks of type there. And yeah, so this was the prepping for some, I know the photographer, Tommy Vincent. He was still there last I saw a few years ago. Great photographer. UPI, you remember UPI. This is week 16 of what? New England is 10-5, the Giants 14-2, the Skins are 12-4, etc. So just some in the moment stats there. more of the playing cards for customizing more fields, and spent score sheet band. This is, I think I was, trying the old Master Game allocators. Gave up on that pretty quick. Oh, here's the... This is how much of a completist, folks. This is the kind of stuff I've actually got all three of the outer box strips untaped, unmolested, except for the fact that they've been ripped, stripped from their from their mooring, as it were. Here is actual. This is the talk about cold type. This is where you would you'd set the type in the computer, and then you would spit it out in these films, and then you'd take the X-Acto, you'd cut these apart, and you'd run them through the waxer. You can see the wax strips there. So you can tell, I mean, this stuff held pretty darn well, and that's how you'd then paste it up. You see the pieces of the inch count on the layout sheet there. And so there's a folio. From the folio down to the base of the page there. It probably was, I don't know, there might have been something under that. In any case, just saving stuff, ripping off the flats after the paper was printed. Oh, what is this? Oh, geez. Well, here's my some more custom field work here. My Steelers get stuck on the bottom. By the way, of course, one of the APBA rules is you take your favorite team and you never let it go to the bottom of the stack in the box, right? I'll get under here eventually. Yeah, so if you're in here, if you're back in here, the Steelers will always be, your favorite team will always be on the top, preferably near the Super Bowl team, but never under the Bengals, never under the Raiders, never under the Dolphins. Your choice of division may vary depending on your team, but that's just the way you store your teams. If you're, that's just a pro tip. This is a great photo from somewhere of Banaszak going after Newhouse with Lambert about ready to clean up the play there. This is from a TV guide or something, Battlestar Galactica. I'll stick that over there. This is Dear Sir or Madam, please send me the following. One blah blah set of 73 season player cards. What? So I was writing to APBA. I guess it didn't send it. Also, please advise me on where to send blah blah for information about your football game. Recently, I sent a letter asking for a color brochure describing the current season. The letter also included several questions about your game. I am the 1978-1979 season cards. I received the color brochure for the 87 edition, but no answers to my questions. Darn it. Someone's going to pay. Oh my God, that's funny. So, I know it's so rare for APBA to get any inquiries. Here's some more wax type. That's just a cluster. That's a cluster of wax type. I'm never going to separate that. Although it would separate. NFL Camps, 87 preview. That's sturdy. That wax, boy, I tell you. NFC Central, Chicago Bears, last year 14-2, first NFC Central, eliminated first round of playoffs. Ditka, sixth year, rookies, vets, July 31 at University of Wisconsin, Platteville. Exhibition game, August 31st. Hey, that's, is that today? That's today. Oh, there you go. Soldier of St. Louis. I think it is. I'm a little lost right now. So yeah, that's the the tour of a 1979 game. Let's see, with God knows what, and the 79, I've got to put these, maybe a 79 replay and or a 1980, 79 season, 1980 game date Pro Bowl, if we feel like it. So, what else? Oh, there are a couple of envelopes. These are the boards. There's the board box, Catico thing, the scoreboards. This is... what do we got here? This is just more another mess of galley type. That was a nice little jump line. I tell you, these guys with these X-Acto knives, we'd get the state edition of the Miami Herald, and very first edition. I forget when the deadline was, probably well before midnight, probably around 10 p.m., something like that. And you'd see at the bottom of the stick of type, page 1 to say story jump to page 10. You'd see these guys. It would be so inexact with the X-Acto. They'd just cut half the line, you'd have a stick of type and there'd be this much space, until you'd get to the jump. It'd just be blank, completely not the way you flow type today in a layout program. The Redskins expected the Giants to run Joe Morris more and throw less to their mediocre wide receivers. That's a lot of nonsense, Parcells said of the claims he outcoached Gibbs. I heard the same thing last year when they got a few onside kicks. Little details about, if you really want to try to recreate the game, which is still a little tacky in that wax there, so we're going to skip that. Let's see, what 87 NFC, AFC Championship stats, etc. Cleveland, New England, Washington, New York. There you go. Man, the Browns, that's a series. Bunch of 80s Browns games. That's a bunch of what-ifs. Man, that was painful to watch, even for a Steelers fan, I tell you. And then we get this thing here. Not sure what could be. Here we go. Here's the actual letter that I referenced in that other letter. I guess I should put this one in here. I'll get that later. But, dear sir and madam, will you please send me a color brochure and sample player card detailing the features of the 1987 edition of your football game? Needs a question mark. I bought the 1980 and 81 editions of your game, Super Bowls 13 and 14, as if they care. And I've enjoyed them tremendously. I have several questions to ask you pertaining to the playing boards and cards used for the older versions of your football game. The boards used prior to the addition of features such as 3-4 defense, double coverage, the RP board, etc. For run plays, the numbers 26 to 32 yield losses of 5 to 12 yards. Seemingly unrealistic distances concern the frequency with which they occur. In playing the 79 season, APBA 1981, and keeping full statistics, like again, they don't know the addition of the game they're selling, and keeping full statistics, I altered the run board losses in columns 26-32 to no more than 5 yards. With those new figures, the averages of the runners of all 28 teams resembled actual statistics. Is mine an unusual case? How were the original loss numbers arrived at? Ooh, ouch. Horrible. And I was in college? Oh, geez, some guitar designs there. I don't know what that's doing in there. Are the older boards still available? If so, at what price? Are the vintage team cards compatible with your newer boards? It's the age-old question, folks. That's never been adequately answered, ever, and it never will be. No, we try to help. Anyway. There actually is an APBA Journal article on how to use the new Master Game boards cards with the old boards. So yeah, that's a tour of my 78. That's my pride and joy. That's my my baby. And then here's the 79 set I got the year after the replay season or attempt at it. I even saved the strip where the XFs were attached. Okay, that's why? Because I'm a completist. Save everything. 79 Steelers. And what I was doing with the 79 season, and I figured out to type out the rosters and the point totals and the backups, and those are all in there. And you've got the allocators. So again, when you're doing if you're playing solo, you wrote down the receiving allocations for the runners, because their cards would be turned upside down if you're going to try to select them randomly. I kind of did that for a while. I guess the results didn't come out that badly. Rocky Blyer in 79 actually gets a short pass upgrade to a B. Franco also BC. Sam Davis even gets the upgrade to a 4. Webby, J0 rather. Stallworth, a 5. Cunningham. Oh, let's talk about how the allocation chart for reception works, since we have it here. It's a really ingenious system. Now, the issue with the allocation systems that emerged from the Master Game era, and that's a broad topic, but let's just say you got Blyer and Harris in the game, and of course you got Stallworth, Cunningham, and Swan. Okay. And on the bench, you've got you've got Sidney Thornton should be in there. Oh, wow. Steve Sweeper Corson gets a 4 as an XF. Rare. That's a handbook topic. How many XFs were 4s throughout the years? Mike Kruzek went to coach at my alma mater, UCF. Lauren Taves, a J4. Tom Beasley. Of course, the 79 Steelers are riddled with J4s. Dwayne Woodruff, that was his rookie year, yeah. Dirt Winston, nice card there. Bunch of 2s. Don't know what see the interception allocator there. Steve Furness, but where is Sidney Thornton's card. Let's see. Let's just say, in any case, with the master game or some newer, whatever versions of the allocator, the newer allocators, the issue is that apparently you can roll for your allocation and someone who's not in the game would come up. So these are a little far. Let's bring them up here right now. Okay, these are, I'll read out the codes. So let's say you're going to throw the pass. Let's say whatever pass, Bradshaw rolls a 36, okay? Bradshaw rolls a 36. So you go to the, and they never changed that. Never said reception, interception on the old boards here. They just had that flat sheet, not flat, but rather a thin sheet that would tell you how to use instruct you how to use the interception chart for receptions as well. But that's also, is that also on the, no, it is not on the thin board. So that was, that's a separate sheet of paper in any case. We'll find it here in the mess. But so let's say Bradshaw rolls a 36. Okay. So what you do is you start reading across. And I've never seen any code number 19 or 18 or 17 ever. And remember, this was only in use from the 72 to 1981 seasons originally, and actually for the offense only 73 to 81 seasons inclusive, so you really didn't get a lot of opportunity to use it. But I wish they'd go back to this. I love it. So you're reading across. What have you got in the game? You've got Rocky Blyer has a 3. You ignore the letter grades in this part of the allocation. Harris is an 8, and the 1 parentheses 2 means that there are 2 receivers with the number 8. Harris is the first of the 2, and someone else is the second of the 2. Probably Thornton, who is, Ben Cunningham. Ben Cunningham is a B8, 2 of 2. So it's 1 of 2, 2 of 2. And then Stallworth is all on his lonesome on a 7, and Swan is all lonesome on a 4. And as you saw with the Cowboys, Preston Pearson is 1 of 3. In that case. So Bradshaw rolls a 36 on whatever pass play, and you start reading across, and you look to see what number corresponds to a number on the receiver's card. Okay, so right away you see that 7 pops up, and that 7 is Stallworth. But if Stallworth were taking a break and you had Jim Smith in the game, Smith being a C5, 1 of 2, say Smith is in, Stallworth's taking a breather. So now you're reading across, Stallworth's not in. You keep looking. So 9, 10, 8. We had 8s, right? We had the 8s because we got Benny Cunningham and Franco Harris share 8s. So now you read across and you look at the column. If there are 2 of a given receiver, and that's what he's got, there's B2 of 2. You check this last column and you start reading across. And when you read across to this line. Anything above that is the 8, 1 of 2, which means that's Franco Harris. Okay? And like above that line, that's he's 36, you roll for the pass, come across, Stallworth's out of the game, so Harris and Cunningham are in, and that 8 there is above that line. That's Franco Harris, C8, 1 of 2 available. If it were a 41 to 66 roll, that would have been Benny Cunningham, the 2 of 2. So that's how the old chart worked. I can try to take another stab at explaining that later. But that's generally how it worked, and the beauty of it is you are never stuck with trying to allocate a reception to a receiver who's not in the game. So, continuing here again, remember your storage rules. Your favorite team, Steelers always on top, preferably of a division rival. So let's see, you get to, I don't know, Oilers. We'll just put them right on top of the Oilers there for the sake of, keeping the mojo, even historic mojo. There's your additional players. There's your old XF sheet for the 81 edition, 79 season. Again, more of that non-repro blue. Just all kickers are D11 on kickoffs. I don't know if the player does. Anyway, lots of little ways to make mods and do all kinds of stuff and doodle. Because there's not enough to do when you're trying to figure out what is going on in the game and allocating. 79 Buccaneers. Let's take a look at that. In 4 short seasons, the Buccaneers were 9 points from the Super Bowl. I actually got to see them play the Steelers in Tampa in 1980 season. That's a whole story. So what do we got here? We've got Greg Horton, a 4-point guard. We've got Charlie Hanna, the old Patriot, right? No, it was John Hanna. Oh, jeez. Ike Hagan's AB. Nice. So they definitely want to see. And there's Doug Williams down to a 2. 3-6-1, and they still got that far. Jimmy Giles, 4-point A. Serious business. And Morris Owens, a 6. Rather a C, but 3 points. So, and Ricky Bell, 4-pointer. And Jerry Eckwood, pair of 1s there on 66. Nice set of backs. That's a good offense to deal with. I'm not sure. Well, decent. Oh, actually, that's interesting. Only a 36 offense. Of course, if you're going up against a 9-7 Rams, then what do you do? What do you need? 43 defense. That's where it really shone that season. So it's either one or the other. Oftentimes, I think the 79 Saints are a 41 offense and a 34 defense. Very similar to the Coryell Chargers. So, in any case, yeah, so that's what we've got going on there. That's the old reliable, my tried and true, my babies, my originals there. Just going to throw these in under some here, and we're going to now look at what we've got going on in this new box. It's going to hold on forever. And tuck this over. Whoops. Let's put that right back there. Okay, that's good. And let's go and pull out and see what exact season we've got going on here with one of these newly acquired boxes here. It's the top one, because actually the bottom one is a 1982 Master Game, which I have gone through, and I've posted the correction chart. There are some corrections, I think, to do with punting and kicking in that Master Game. But this is a 70s set, but we're already, in good shape here. So this was not used a lot. And I'll start there. And wow. So this is already a far cry from, this is practically factory fresh. That's actually pristine. That's got all the gloss. It's got it's perfectly shaped, maintained. And so let's see what kind of, so let's start with Steelers here. See what this is well, Brad is a 4, Swan's a 4. So this is a 79 set. Yeah, because it's the same. You can already tell that. Now, of course, if you go by the football allocator chart, you can read where the the penalty and fumble numbers are. Yeah, the 12 and 13 there. 33 to the fumble and penalty numbers, rather. So that's the 12 and 13. So if you have that football ID chart, you would see that. And actually, this is cool. This is the 79 Raiders then. Yeah, this is so the 79 Raiders are an amazing team. Talk about twin tight ends. They had Casper and Chester, a pair of 5s, and again, plus Branch, 3 A's like that. Now you go twin tight end. I don't think you should have to drop 2 if you're going on or raise 2 on a pass. I think you should drop 2 on a pass as well. You're going twin tights with these guys, but in any case, throw them in and take a full, one of the rushers out. It was at Van Egan and Art Whittington. So that's an interesting one too. Is you got Egan the inside back, the 4.68 guy, and Whittington the 3.57, 9, 11. Those 11s would get you a couple of yards there, just like on the the 12 will get you a few yards inside. Generally better to run an inside guy on the outside than an outside guy on the inside. The scat backs do very poorly on inside runs, but I will let it happen. I mean, you might call it, it happens. Van Egan will get an outside run on occasion, but in any case, checking here again, looking at the receiving allocation, you see that Branch is 1 of 3, Chester's 2 of 3, Casper's 3 of 3. So one of these guys isn't in the game, you know. You just keep looking down that chart line until you'll get Van Egan, the B4. Or Whittington is 2 of 2 with the initial allocating number 5. Stabler, 251, not one of his better cards considering he had all those double ones. Jim Breach, Booker Russell, etc. Ray Guy, did he have a 2 that season? Oh yeah, killer Ray Guy with that 2 at 66. Very nice set. So this is a pristine 79 set. Well, now look at this. Let's this is great because this tells you all you need to know. Let's go and compare here. So this is a good lesson in, you know, there are a lot of great pristine games out there. Just got to go maybe hunt them down. How's that for comparison? White or whites? That's crazy. That's I mean, again, this is like off the factory floor, right out of the printer. Okay, that's amazing. And let's look at this. The kicking boards. Well, I tell you, at least I'll use this one. So it's basically before and after. That's a touch different. Ow, I've got the staples from my, I can't see the kickoff column anymore on mine. That's a fair bit of difference. This is the, in the original issues of the game, you'd have to determine the A, B, or C index for your special teams results. Thankfully, praise B, praise Seitz, praise Herson, that you could then go in the mid-70s, they started letting you just roll one die for that stuff, so much better. Again, you know, just so I can actually use this baby, right? So that's a very nicely put together set here, maintained set. Let's see if we got any, let's put this back. Not that there's going to be any confusion as to what goes where. I don't even like to mix up my charts. Let's go back to the, we got a brochure here. Oh, look, the APBA Journal, cross-country communique, very nice, for APBA fans. Journal's a first-class monthly publication now in its 13th year. Wow. That's, again, not that far down the road from where it all started with the brothers, Len and Ron. The APBA Journal offers a wide range of APBA-related forms and accessories for enjoying the hobby even more. See back for details. And there you got the cool boxes. All right, how much were those? Random numbers. Speed up your APBA gameplay by using AJ random number sheets. Computer-generated tables of dice rolls with 2,400 numbers on one sheet. Wow, man, I'm already confused. 1 set can be used for hundreds of games. Randomness was tested statistically and results published in April 76 APBA Journal. We got to go look that up. I'm kind of frightened. But in any case, the accessories order form, random number sets, comp sheet sets, score sheets, pads. Wow. $250 for an AJ trial. Wow. Oh. Please send me the current issue plus the special triple-sized 100th issue, December 78, which reviewed many of the highlights of the first 11 years of the AJ. So there you go. Again, go buy it. You can still buy the AJ on USB from Bob Tassinari. So what did we get from our one? Wow, this is interesting. So the guy I bought this set from was doing the same thing that I was doing. Wow, he's got them hole punched. He was actually copying his cards as well. He's got the Eagles copied. So I've got the Steelers copied, he's got the Eagles copied, and he's also copying the boards. Now, Gilles Thibault will talk about, someone the person he was acquainted with who kind of did this. And I took his advice. I created a road book, a bound book of all the results. Copy the results, put them in for the inside-outside run, short and long pass. Wow. Well, hell, I wish I had done this because it would have preserved my boards. He just, how did he get a copying machine that would do that? is what I want to know. Man, that's pretty amazing. Okay, cool. But yeah, he wow. So basic legal size. So wow, that's weird. See, ultimately we all kind of end up at the same place. Man, he copied a lot of stuff here. And there's your well, here's the confirmation, right? Oh, get out of here. So that's it. 79 season roster. What in the? Look at this. He's got playing cards too. This is eerie. This is just weird. Running 15, plunge 0. So he had some sort of wow. That's weird. See, even his play cards are nice. God, it's still got like the glossy sheen on there. Man, oh man. Is this, well, this should be, well, no, it wouldn't be master. It's just your basic. God. There's even something about that. Just a great, you know, I was actually thinking you could do, I've got a stack of these upstairs. You could just call offense, just do a run pass mix, have it like West Coast offense. Just have a stack of 30, 60, 120 play cards and call your offense just by calling them. Have, you know, 60% run plays, 40% pass plays, if you wanted to. So he's got a brochure in here too. I wonder if he's got a sample card. This is, wow, that's, oh, ooh, wait, what do we got? Oh, get out of here. Awesome. Oh, nice. Get out of here. Bradshaw. That is the 78 card. They did use Bradshaw as a sample. Awesome. Maybe I got that eventually. Wow, that's wild. Yep, it's because the 1-2-1, that's clear. But I always thought they adjusted some numbers in there. And now see, you'll look at the fumble and penalty numbers on this one. Is they're at 63 and 64. So wow. So he's got his sample card. That's awesome. I love that. And who we got here? We got well, in this one we got Charlie Trippy of the Cardinals, and that's the 50s typography. Late 50s, early 60s typography there. We got, what do we got? Let's play a few minutes of Apple League football. What do we got? Let's suppose that you are coaching the Pittsburgh Steelers and I'm handling the Minnesota Vikings, that you've won the toss and elected to receive. So this is Super Bowl 9. Interesting. That looks a little different. I think they added some different color. Man, this is total C, well, not magenta, but it's akin to the CMYK. I mean, that's yellow and that's blue. That's bluer than the cyan you get, but in any case. Passing averages are unbelievably similar. Every phase of ball carrying is reproduced. Well, yeah. Anyway, game gives you 780 individual player cards. 104 additional cards are available. At this point, the game was $17. Oh, so it's got the 75F code. So, and closes $17.75, $19 in 1954 in mail, 1882 to Penna residents for my Apple Pro League football game. Additional $225. Please send the 104 additional player cards. Man, oh man. And in the photo here is, it looks, oh, that's the Steelers. Shanklin, Wagner, Edwards, Blunt, and Tarkin and Foreman. So that's Super Bowl 9 in the thing there. That's uncanny. I wonder, so they had to do that each time. God, I would love to know how they did that. Skeet Carr, please, somebody ask Skeet. Should have asked him that. I never had, I didn't want to bug him too much in the 2012 conference. I already bugged him enough, you can tell in our interviews. But here's the sheet that shows you the pass receiving option. Just tells you how many, there should be 780 different players cards. Good player possessive there. If you don't really need that. Just say 780 different player cards. Just say 780 player cards. Well, in this case, you'd say different. In this set, I'm just self-editing. However, when collating several million cards, people, errors are bound to occur at times. You're going to delete at times. Errors are bound to occur. Perhaps some cards will be missing. If so, there should be duplicates of other cards. Please send us any and all duplicates you find. We need them to make good on any missing cards for other customers. I never read this before. The roster sheet lists the names 700 players cards that should be in each set, and then it details the pass receiving option. Since this option is fairly complex, we strongly suggest that you master the standard method of selecting pass receivers as explained in the game rules, and that you also master the use of the pass interception table for interceptions before attempting to use the pass receiving option. Well, it's the same thing. But, yeah, so what now? Okay, here, see, there's what did he play is what we want to know what this previous owner did here. What is this? Krepfle, Walters, Perot. He's playing an Eagles game against, he's got offense, defense. Well, it was a good team for them, right? This is Eagles-Rams. I nearly got. It looks like we have one. Well, we have an incompletist here. He gets 3/4 of the way in 2 games, and he stops. Wow, San Diego, Dallas. That would be a great game. Did they actually play that season? I'm going to have to pick these up. Cowboys up 10-3 going to the 4th. Man, that's a good game. Why did you not finish that? Oh, my God. He had 1 play in there. I got to finish this game. Oh, that's a project. Here's Philadelphia, Dallas. He only made it through a half. 14-5, so it's 19-10 at the half. Eagles at Cowboys. This is great stuff. Man, I could finish these. Eagles at Rams. 3/4. That's also a great one. So 79 Rams, 79 Eagles. Yeah, that's a good one. 13-13, man, going to the 4th quarter. I think he had a fear of completion here. He didn't want to know the outcome. I actually like his score sheets here pretty well. Interesting. Man, so, all right, there's some work to be done here. And, of course, he's got his counters and all. I got the brochure. I can't believe that. Bradshaw sample card. Awesome. He's got the score sheets. Usually got about 5. I never did use the down counters there. You know, kind of fits in the little shtick like that. Kind of like the purple ones for the bowling game. But this is Dupree, Cooper, Rafferty. So some Cowboys action. Interesting. He he was Xeroxing, doing some cool stuff here. Okay. So he's making it work, and then he just didn't finish the games. It's interesting. I think I'm going to finish those games. This may actually get me back into my 79 replay. I don't believe that. Quarterback fall. Last 3 minutes of half. Only call plunge with QB loss. If 2 roll die. If fumble number 32 or 33 or 4. Roll again, and if fumble 33 or 34 or 35-36 results, use that result. Out the back. If inside on 15, you may run out of end zone and safety results. Wow. Interesting. Man, even got a little customization tip here, too. Cool. Wow. I wish I'd known. Like I said, I didn't. I just kind of loaded up and headed right back. 186 miles round trip, so let's see what else we got here. This is schedule, standings, cool. Interesting. Schedule, Dallas, 19-6 Houston, Philly, Pitts. Standings, Phil, what was he doing? He just had a little tournament going. Or he had like a little Philadelphia, Dallas, Oakland, San Diego, Pittsburgh, Houston. So he just kind of picked 2 cool teams, good teams. Oilers 0-2, and the Steelers are 0-3. What? What? What the heck? That's crazy. Eagles are 3-1. Dallas 4-2. Raiders are 1-1. The Chargers 3. Steelers and the Oilers are both scoreless, winless. That's crazy. Interesting. All right, maybe I won't. That's a hard one to. That's a very strange outcome. Offense, defense. Yep. Barbara Gray, Carter, Moxley. You got some Oilers going on here. And he's got some Nelson, Dinner, Bryant. I think that's Hayden Nelson, Tyler, and probably Denard and Cullen Bryant, probably the Rams. Wow. All right. Well, interesting. That's crazy. 279 unfinished replays joined in some sort of union here at the APBA Football Club headquarters. We're going to have to go back into that and make that replay happen. Well, that's a pretty cool retro unboxing. Both my retro and his retro in very good shape. And sorry, bumping the camera there. As you can see, if you hunt these things down, there are a lot of great old games out there. You don't always have to pay the premiums. I know that. I mean, I've got a lot of tracking and data from the early 2011, 12, 13, 14. The prices have certainly gone up. That's not just a pandemic thing, but if you do hunt, you can hunt off of in unlikely places. I think you can get still pretty decent deals in the let's just do a quick look at this. This is a 1970 set for comparison. Look at the old black, since we're here, do some evolution. The old cardboard thing. We'll do just the bonus footage, retro unboxing. The difference between the black reverse out type is really weird. I never liked that box. It's interesting, but oftentimes you'll find the price taped over. These are printed on, so that's interesting. The 78. This is, I think, this is a 1970. God, even its boards are better than mine. Some non-standard dice in there, and what have we got in here? That is a 1970 season, and so we got the auction sheet there. That is, from East Orange. Wow, that's crazy. That's right around the corner. Where did that ship to? Had no idea. That's hilarious. I should have just gone and picked it up. Did I pay shipping on that? I think I did. That's crazy. Someone else also saves the pieces of the board there. Not the only one. See, we are of a type, of a mind, APBA Football hive mind. All right, I think that's enough of that. Hope you found that enjoyable. Give you some sense of what's out there. Like I say, you can find some cool games in very good shape. And of course, it's always the stuff that's inside that's that added bonus, that added flavor, who did what with it. My stuff was done at age 14, so, and I've also got a 1968 game that's got a bunch of score sheets with some really interesting scores. Thank you as always for tuning in, and I'll just do one more here. We've got the, since we're all loaded up here, let's go through the one of the mid-90s sets. This is actually his as well. He threw it in, so I thought, well, should take that. This is the one of the other boards. Nice there. Again, it's not crimped. I'll do a little quick evolution of the Fields game video rather. Now, of course, you're not going to write on that. That's not dry erase board or whatever. This is the beginning of the basic game. This is where it all starts. I'll do another video on this, but starting with the 1993 season, 94 season, they took the master chart results. I'm going to dig this out. Is this one? Do I get lucky here? No, I think that's a 75 set. They would take the results in the master game are ordered by first and third quarter, second and fourth quarter. They took basically the average of that and created just single columns for a so-called basic game. They stripped out the screen, stripped out these draw. So it's just inside, outside run, short, medium, long pass, and your special teams results were just had them. Yeah, all the special team stuff right there. Not a bad set of boards, pretty sturdy. Over repeated usages, don't know. It's about a tablet, about 11 by 17 size. But yeah, I took this one because this is a 94 set. You can see because you got the copyrights on there. Set of uncut, unpunched 94 XFs. Don't know if I had those, but really hard to find XFs in the 90s. It's got the old play cards, short, medium, long, inside, outside still, and it's a full set of 94, the different score sheets. Aikman, Maryland, who's doing some Cowboys. It's not, but yeah. But the thing about these, in the 90s, they would sell the playoff versions. You just have 4 8 playoff teams. This has got the actual complete whole shebang, so they're out there. Got to hunt for those a little more, but and they also made the score sheet, the play sheet a lot simpler. The rules book, just words. Just keep saying some word until the right one comes out. Yeah, that's actually in 10 pages. Copyright 86.95, and that's a division of SAI at that time. Baseball, basketball was still in play. Horse racing was still in play. Was it? Well, Superior Board and Computer Games. No, I don't know. Well, by the 86 date, because the thing saddle went to 87, right? In any case, just some cool looks for you there. Retro unboxing through the years. Thank you as always. Stay tuned for more retro unboxings. We've got a lot to get through. And of course, just so you know, that this box size is what the current box size is. 2013, when they redesigned it, they went back to this box shape. It's nice, it's sturdy, more compactor. So, in any case, till later, folks. Be well, game well.